My name is Matt Sutton. I'm the Berry Family Distinguished Professor of History here at WSU, and I'm also the chair of the Department of History. My research explores the relationship between American religion and politics, really from colonial times to the present. And so I've worked on this for really my entire academic career. And what I'm doing right now is trying to write a book that answers two huge questions. The first question is, why are Americans so Christian? Because we are one of the most Christian nations in the world. And the other question I'm trying to answer is, why does that matter? Why should we care? And in fact, it does matter. Like, Christianity has influenced American politics, American culture, American morals, American foreign policy. And so I'm trying to unravel that story and to explain how we get from Christopher Columbus to Donald Trump and how Christianity connects this huge arc of time. So to do that, I spend a lot of my time, a lot of my days, a lot of my weeks in archives. I read dusty books like this one by William Penn, one of our colonial founders. I read biblical tracts trying to explain who's a heretic and who's not. I read arguments and sermons by do-gooders who want to reform the nation, who want to save people. And I also go into government archives to try to get documents to try to see where American politics has been and how that's intersected with religion. So most recently, I filed a Freedom of Information request to try to get at a bunch of FBI documents that had been sealed by the government, to try to really understand who some of these people were that the FBI were tracking, that they were worried about, and how the FBI was afraid that religion might be used as a tool to subvert the nation. One of my most fun experiences in the archives happened in the last couple of years when I was pursuing a story that nobody had ever known about before, which was about American missionaries who were recruited by the US government during World War II to serve as spies. Missionaries knew foreign languages, they knew foreign geographies, they knew foreign places. And so I wanted to tell their story. But to tell their story, I had to submit a bunch of Freedom of Information Act requests to the federal government. And that helped me track down who they were, exactly what they were doing, and what their relationship was to the US government. That also led me, as I began to identify these spies, to some other archival sources. One of the men I found was the pastor of the American church in Berlin, who then became an American spy. Well, after discovering his role in the war, I realized that his son was still alive and living in Minneapolis. So I was able to fly to Minneapolis, meet his son, and actually go through his father's diaries. His father had kept a full-page diary of everything he saw and witnessed in Berlin from 1935 to 1942. It was this unprecedented, unheralded source that nobody has ever seen until I looked at them, and then I was able to use them and incorporate them into my research to tell this larger story about the role of American missionaries during World War II.